revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They can't take it to 10. Hey.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Atlanta Falcons. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Ready, check, ready. And let's pin the mirrors back.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, it's Freeman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. After the penalty, here's Freeman. Room to run past midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Jet 24.
From the 36, Ryan, they'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
58. Mike 4-2, Mike 4-2. Get up.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And he's got his star receiver, it's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Hey, Ringo, 48.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
You got it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Throwing, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Call that a very strong gain of 24. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And down inside the 15 he goes. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's going to go down again. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Seems to me that our friend Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Hey, Alpha! We ain't giving up. We go. Bring the end.
After the sack on 1st down, Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd down, Freeman. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. Second down and goal. Ryan, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Lets it fly for he's got a man, complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Cousins now to throw on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
On third down, Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They were looking for Johnson that time.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
2nd and 5 now. Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
The Falcons will call on Matt Bryant for the field goal try. This one from 48 yards away. And Bryant's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
We play to win. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. That one goes for 24 yards.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Vikings.
So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and does the big boy have the juice? 30, past the 20, 10, 5. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Cousins. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. 22 yards there, a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run right side with Hunt. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
12 yards on the return that time, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On 1st down, it's Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here's Hunt. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run on 1st down. Hunt, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. He's got Smith here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run again with Hunt. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Ryan. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 15. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It's taken to the 26. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Let's go!
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.